Okay, so we're live. On the norms, I would not normally like record this. Yeah, I wanted to do an Instagram live stuff, and no, it'll have been cool to be able to see like comments and everything, just popping up, and we're able to see questions, see everything pop up, and answer it, and see people as they're listening to us, so we can be sure that okay, you guys are really understanding what I'm saying or would be saying. So basically, it's not that this thing is really a per se something you should freak out about or something important to talk about, but a lot of people are actually hyping this stuff. It's basically because of the fact that most people are like scared of it. Everybody has this trauma in their head and feels like okay, they shouldn't fall victim, their people they love shouldn't fall victim and everything. So I just wanted to just like take just this video session, and this is like the first kind of video I'll be creating that is just like this, like the first of its kind that I'll be creating that is related to all this. I don't really do videos. I rather do audios or type it out, but I think that this is just it to help us, because to type it out is be like long and everything, but this way I can be able to like go through everything, like go through the sessions, talk about a lot of things. We can branch to stores, and everybody be able to get it. So now we want to talk about this whole thing that's been going up and down, the they talk about this. I think I've seen like three main stuff of it. Like they said the attraction oil, that's love attraction oil, and the blue eye something, yeah, and there's the third one, which is I think the course breaker stuff. I think I saw that. Don't put all these things in your brain. It's not really important for anybody to actually, yeah. But I just saw that, and I wanted to like basically talk on that three. Any other thing there, I don't care. But I'm just using that as an example so people understand, because this is not the first time I got this question. There was a time that I talked about something on the group, and when I did that, I got somebody who messaged me privately and was like, is the blue eye stuff, is it a bad thing? Now and I was not even aware of what that stuff was, like what the blue eye stuff meant. So I was like, blue eye, she said all this stuff they used to favor and stuff like that. Is it a bad thing to do? Is it this? And I was like, I said at that time I gave the answer. I was like, all these things, they are definitely spiritual. Get it? You have to understand that it is spiritual, and for stuff like that to be spiritual, it has to be backed up by something. Okay, it has to be backed up by something, and if the something is not good per se, it's not about what the thing does. Money ritual is good, not that way. What I mean is that money ritual brings money to the person who does it, so it's like doing a good thing, but it's not backed up by something good. And our idea of money ritual is not how Nollywood plays it and everything. If somebody has not played the repercussion of something for you, you might not really get okay if it is a bad thing or not. I don't know if you're getting what I mean. So basically, what I was just saying is that you have to be concerned about the source of that stuff. Okay, you have to be concerned about the source, and knowing the source allows you to understand whether it's good or bad. Okay, but today we're going to just shift on it and talk more on it, so we'll be able to understand what that is. So okay, so I won't be putting much emphasis on what is for. I won't be putting much emphasis of I want to be putting much emphasis on the stuff itself, like whether it's oil or a bracelet or anything. I'll basically putting much emphasis on what it is meant for, so what they're saying it is used for and why people need it. So first of all, you have to understand this, that I think I saw a video on somebody's status stating that like I think there was a particular lady that was talking about it. I think she does it and said people were you know, going through her own status and DMs and telling her that okay, she is evil, she's doing this, and she came out to clarify herself, and she was like, if you are staying at home, if you're a stay-at-home husband, no woman will use it for you, no this will use it. Well, the first thing I want to actually dismiss about that is that that is not true. Okay, when we talk about product of evil, these things are not used because a man is actually evil, not in all cases. Okay, this is a product of greed, this is a product of envy, this is a product of jealousy. The same way an evil act can birth, you know, somebody poisoning a friend, or somebody doing harm to a friend or something like that, the same evil act can birth greed, you know, wanting to have what is not yours. The same evil act can birth you know, jealousy, can birth envy. Imagine this scenario. Let me paint a scenario for you. Now, if a guy, a man, and this is a woman, you know, two good couples are having this great relationship, they're married and they're having this couple goals kind of relationship, there's money, there's everything, there's, you know, the sweet life, there's the Dubai, you can paint the picture. Yeah, so they got all those things. Okay, and there is this friend, all right, and the friend is like jealous of the relationship. Do you think there's a scenario in which she can actually get those stuffs to get the man? Do you think it's possible? Think about it. It is. So it is possible. So these are not just product of it's not karma. Don't put it that way. It's not karma. It's not something that only when you do bad you would see this thing, somebody will want to do it for you. No, the art is very evil, and people are not how people say they are. So people can just pop up from somewhere, and you know, it's not only bad people that get hurt. You have to get that innocent people also get hurt in this kind of stuff. So if you're like a good guy, don't just say you are, you know, safe from this. You are safe from this if you understand. But basically what I mean is that don't just assume that it's only for bad guys. No, you can be a very single guy going your own way. You might not genuinely like somebody, and the person is trying to make you like them. Get it? Exactly. You can be a company owner, you know, you can be into business and about to give a contract to somebody, and somebody is trying to use something to instigate favor, you know, in a way to get, they are not fit for it, but they are coming to your company to get this particular contract, and they are using this thing. So nobody is actually free from it. We're in this world together, and you can be a victim of it anytime. So that's the first thing you need to understand. So it's not about being good or being bad. If something births from an evil heart, trust me, it hurts a lot of people, both good, both bad. So that is one thing you need to understand first. So before you say I'm clear of this. So that is one. Two is so most people do these things for, let's say, the attraction. Yeah, that's the attraction or shit and the favor stuff. Okay, and protection and whatever they say it does. So I want to explain these things now. You see, the word favor and the word attraction comes from the same thing. The same thing. I'm a person that, not I'm a person, I like to quote the Bible a lot. I do. And the Bible is life, and I advise you to read it too. Yeah. I don't look like I read the Bible, but I do a lot. So I'm just going to like search a random verse in the Bible that talks about favor, and let's see what, because the Bible is a spiritual book, you know, and if somebody is telling you this brings you favor, that means it brings you from the angle of the spiritual angle, right? So let's look at what the spiritual meaning is. You following? Yeah. So that is what we'll be doing, and I have it right here. And so I'm going to be searching this. So I'm searching favor right now. There's 70, it's used 70 times in the Bible, and I'm going to go to now. This is what it says here. So it says, according to Acts 22:47. Now you can see this verse. I'm going to read it out so you guys can really, let's get a picture of what it means here. So it said praising God and having favor with all the people. So this is the concept of what people are trying to do. They're trying to have favor with all the people, right? Okay, so this the favor used here is the part of having favor. That means a spiritually influenced way, like you're getting your way with everybody. So in this place, the favor here came from the Greek word charis, and this charis is charis. So charis is not actually written that way, it's written of Greek stuff, but you can see that it's charis, and this charis means the literal meaning is especially the divine influence upon the art. So it means divinely influencing the art. You get it? This favor means divinely influencing the art. Okay? To benefits. Okay, that's what we're saying here. That's what we're saying here. So it means divinely influencing the art to benefits. So that is when somebody is being divinely influenced to benefit. That means someone that doesn't want to give you something all of a sudden wants to do something good for you. That is it. Now we'll talk about attraction or two. When you talk about attraction, we don't even need to open a Bible for this. This is like literally also talking about the art, right? So there's one particular word that I want us to really like understand in these two things, which is very, very simple. It's the art. This is just divinely favor, finding favor, this, or finding attraction is just simply trying to divinely, that means when they put divinely, it means like spiritually influence the art. That is the art. Now for you to understand this, there is two. When you talk about the art can be divided into two, not divided. There's two basic definition of it. We have the organ, which is the one here. But when most people talk about the art, they don't really get what this other one is. This other one is not an organ. It's not a place for just love. No, it is basically the part of human that is like the center of operation for a person. So it's the center of operation for a person. That is where everything comes from. You say the Bible actually says that God doesn't look at appearance or act. That is ACT, if you get what I mean. It looks at the art, which is what God looks at. Why? Because every behavior comes from there. That is just like the power bar. It's not a physical thing. It doesn't come from. I think the reason why it's represented that way is because the art is like the strong pose. It just symbolizes, but it's not from this particular organ. No. So the art which is being influenced spiritually is not from this particular organ. So it is from a particular place. It's just like the mind. Okay, the mind can be seen. Can it? You can't open my art. Like if you put me on a table and you slice me open, you can't see my mind. Same. That's how that art is. It's not the organ. The kidney, the art. No. This is a part of the body, just like the mind, which centers like the operation of man, where everything comes from. So this is the influence. So basically, what they are trying to do is to influence the art of a man or a woman or whoever it is in this scenario. So they want to spiritually influence his art. So whatever that is coming out around that, this is just the bringing it down to a simple operation. That is just it. Spiritually influence the art. So the reason why we came to the conclusion is that we brought down favor to spiritually influencing the art. So the art is where the will of man comes from. Okay, that's the definition of that art. We have the mind, we have the art. Some things you can't see. Okay, those things operate in our souls, and we have the mind, we have the art, and this art is where the will of man comes from. That is what you want to do. That's why we say that people can have good arts, people can have blah blah blah. An evil art. Why do they say an evil art? It's not like the art is bad, like the organ part of it. We mean that where the will of that person is coming from is not really pure. Okay, so we're able to understand that is the main target of these things. That is the main target of this thing. You can see everybody knows the popular Bible stories about Moses and stuff, and the Bible actually says that God hardened Pharaoh's art. That is an influence. okay, so that it will do something. He adding the ads. It's not like he turned his heart organ to block. No, he adding the ads so that he would do something for a particular result. So for him to particularly do something. So that is the understanding of that. So if that is how it is based on, if that is how it is, so basically the whole attention of this thing is that whatever you use, okay, that is the work of it. Now let's talk about the oil or the bracelet. We have to understand this thing. If you are a person that really understands the Bible, or basically understand things, you're mature in this kind of things. When you talk about anointing oil, what do you think? Okay, you think most of the time you see like a lot of churches come up with anointing oil, anointing water, this is not really a thing. There is no oil. Anointing oil is simply olive oil, okay, but they call these things the conduit of the anointing. Basically it's just like a is a conductor of the anointing. You get it? So it basically takes it, they can influence this particular object with it and take it. So when you talk about a bracelet, there's no bracelet that is formed from somewhere. It was not picked from somewhere. It was not mixed. Whatever it is in, if somebody tells you these are organic stuffs, that is not true. If it was organic, you'd be using it to fry plantain. If it's oil, trust me, it is not organic. So what is organic about it is the oil. So anything that people use, whether it's water, whether it's clothes, whether it's oil or something, these are just natural stuffs, okay. But for these stuffs to carry spiritual significance, it's a conduit of something. Is you get, like, there has been a transmission of a particular thing into it to make it not ordinary anymore, okay. So either it is done with the clothes, or either it is done with food, or either it is done with bracelet, or either it is done with oil. That's just the medium they're using to transfer it. So rather than looking at it is just an oil, look at what the oil carries. That is another thing. So rather than looking at it that it's just a bracelet, this thing can be done with clothes. No, it can be done with anything. It can be done with whatever. It can be done with the wristband or whatever. It doesn't matter. You see, all those things are just being put so that it will have a particular. It's just like, when somebody says building a brand, you get it. So the reason why they are doing it with an oil is because they want to brand that stuff and make money out of it. And they are saying that, okay, this particular thing is what I'll be using to carry whatever I want to put, to transmit it. It's just a acceptable means of transfer of something. I don't know if you guys get it. Okay, so that is it for that. So it's when you talk about anything materialistic carrying power, it's just a conduit of that particular thing. So it's just a carrier of it. So these things that are the oil or whatever it is are just carriers of all right, so just carriers of it. So basically, if when it now comes to the stuff, okay, so as I said, these things carry it and all. So it is not basically about the oil or whatever medium they use. It can be a carb tomorrow, it can be chicken, it can be food, it can be anything, but you just really need to bother about where exactly is being carried. There's nothing about attraction oil that is making it about love. No, it's just about control. Forget that because they call it a love attraction oil. When you talk about taking a person's heart, that means you're taking the C panel of it, the control panel of it. Then you can do whatever you do. So you can tune it to be attracted in a romantic way. No, you can tune it to a very stupid way. You can control their influence, their decision, and their everything. So it really has to do with the art. And we're talking about this art that is not sane. Everybody has this particular. That is the spiritual part of the art. Not the organ part, you know what I mean, the spiritual meaning of that. And that is where everybody's decision comes from. Our will, what we do comes from there. Now, once you understand if these things are bad, okay, now this is what people don't always understand. There is no vacuum in space. There is no gray in nature. There is no I'm in the middle. You are either good or bad. So the idea of there's something that is in the middle of good and bad is it's a very, 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 the devil tried to paint a gray area so that it will not seem as bad. All right, so he just tries to put it in the middle. Now you have to understand this about the truth. Okay, a lot of people say the devil is a liar. Okay, and they say he lies a lot. The king, yes, the Bible says he's a liar, but what kind of lies? The reason why you can't tell if the devil is lying to you or if it's God that's talking to you is because of the fact that you don't understand what they mean by lie. Lie is the diversion of the truth needed at that moment in such a way that he is not telling you, it's not that he's telling you the complete opposite of the thing that is right. He's just telling you he has influenced what you need to know. So he's telling you a diverted truth of it. So you believe that, okay, because of the fact that he seems truthful about it, then he must be trusted. Okay? So you feel like, okay, he seems truthful about these things, then he must be trusted. That is why a lot of people, they are influenced by this thing, because there's a gray area in it. It's not bad. It's not good. It's helping your life, If this is helping my life, good. The devil cannot do this one. The devil kill, steal, and destroy. I don't think so. So this one's like this is not. It can't be the devil. Like, there's some people. There's good water. There's bad one. That is rubbish. That is pure rubbish. So there's this thing. There's good spirit. There is bad spirit. Have you seen a spirit before? How do you know it's good? You have not seen one now. So how do you are told that there is good spirit and there's bad spirit? Have you seen one? No. So that's the thing. So all these things you're made to believe that, okay, because of the fact that, okay, in some movies, and the problem is this, when Nollywood has done a lot of things. Whatever you see, you think that you are seeing things like anxieties. They influence you. They tell you that, okay, there's this kind of people you can go to meet their native doctor, but there are no bad native doctors. No, they are good ones. Because they do good things. It's not about what is portrayed. The Bible says the devil even sometimes appears an angel of light. Everything you see when they talk about it, doesn't take. You can't use physical aid to catch the devil because it doesn't come as a bad guy. If you see a bad thing, say it's clearly bad, is either you are the one doing it or it's influence of an human being. You see something that comes from the devil doesn't come as bad. You have to get that. Okay, but it takes higher discernment, higher wisdom for you to understand where exactly comes from the devil and what exactly is from God. So you have to get it. There is no vacuum. There is no vacuum in nature. There is no middle. You are either on the left or you're on the right. There is no middle. So there's nothing that is gray. Something is either good or it's bad, good or evil. Just like that. But some things are being portrayed as gray so that you will not really understand that these things are bad. And the reason is that so that you can be carried away by that. Okay, so going back to we'll talk about the stuffs and this and all about these things and how it works. So these people, okay, these people actually bring in this stuff and they get a particular influence too. They are sourcing for stuff to manipulate somebody. Now, you have to understand that there's nothing can specifically possess. People can be possessed, all right? People can be possessed by things. But what exactly do you mean by possessed? Do you mean control? No. This is it. Think of this way. Think of it this way. If truly somebody can be possessed to do something bad, every time they say it's the devil that did this, why do man have to pay the price for any bad doing it? Let's put it this way. Now, if let's put it on a platter of if truly that man can be possessed to do something bad, let's say a man kills his friend, if truly is the devil that made him kill his friend, then he shouldn't be accountable for the killing of his friend. That is spirituality. That means if he dies and whatever and he goes to heaven or goes to hell for that sin, for that particular thing, why did he go to hell? If it was the devil that did it, then he shouldn't be punished. The devil should be punished. Right. Now, then the Garden of Eden talk about Adam and Eve and everything. The devil told Eve to eat this thing. Was Eve possessed? No. She was influenced. That's and she was convinced that this thing is good. He told them a perverted truth. He told them that no. He said, when you eat this thing, you will not die. God said they will die. They said they would not die. Did they die? No. But what God meant was deeper than what the devil said. But he told them they will not die. And when she ate it, she didn't die. So she felt like, it's like God must now have, this truth is must, I didn't die now, so it's the truth. The devil can only lie. That means I should have died. The devil was like, no. So you get what I mean? So if that is it, people are not possessed, meaning when you talk about possessed is not being controlled. Possessed is being influenced in such a way that somebody gives you an idea. Somebody is messing with your head to think this way. And I just tell somebody that people, the demons don't influence in third person. This is a secret that you should get. Demons do not influence in third person in such a way that they do not tell you that go and eat meat. Like, they use that meat thing a lot. We all take meat. That one is personal. But let's take it as an example. A person does something bad to his friend, and he's like, okay. This guy I think there was a particular story of a guy that killed his friend that bought a Lexus car or something, and he was jealous and he called soldiers and he killed the friend. But this is what happened now. He killed his friend and he was influenced by something. Let's say that guy was influenced by a particular demon, something like that. Let's say he was possessed. Definitely, we say it's the devil's fault. He didn't know what he's doing. But when that idea was coming to his head, it did not come to his head as go and kill this your friend. No, why will he buy this thing? No, why will he do this thing? It's me that I started work before him. I don't know what did I started this thing. I got money first. Now he has a car. Something. No, that is not how it works. It doesn't. The demons that possess people do not possess or influence them in third person, in the sense that they don't act like there's an extra person there. They act like the person, the individual talking is the person bringing the idea. Let me put it this way: when a demon wants to speak to that guy, such a guy that killed his friend, he'll be like, why would maybe he drove and something like that, he took the car out, he can't even give me the car, and something like he went out with it, he just this thing, drove away, see how he's even doing, he's very proud, something, me that I did this thing. The me that he's saying he's not the one making the idea. Okay, it is the demon behind him influencing him that is making the idea, but the demon will speak like he is the one, so we begin to believe that he's the one that made the idea. See all these ones, I go just end all this thing, go no, I go end all in blah blah blah, in paro, this that and everything. So it's basically not the one making the influence. Okay, it's the demon. And let me put it, everybody has been in that scenario where you think a very bad thought, but somehow it's like there's two voices thinking that thought, because basically you can't think that bad, and maybe out of envy and jealousy, a particular thought strikes your heart like you thought it, like this person, and you are like no. So that is the difference. You reject the thought and be like, no, this is not it, I don't want to do this. But some people accept the thought. So it's just about influencing. Nobody's particularly possessed. So when you talk about people doing favor for this attracting, they are just being influenced. Okay, they're just being influenced. There is no hype about it. Somebody is giving them an idea that whatever they should do next is good, and that is what will pay them. Okay, I to understand these things. The heart is basically the control panel of a man, and the Bible says, submit yourself to God. Resist the devil and he will flee. That is a verse. It's not just resist the devil. It says submit yourself to God first. Resist the devil and he will flee. So what is that telling you? Submission is the place of putting yourself. It's called uputasso. That is putting yourself under God. That is humility under God. That means you are submitting yourself. When you submit yourself, it's not by binding literally. You can kneel down during service and your heart is standing up. You can stand up and your heart is kneeling down. Most time, God is more concerned about your heart. So He submits the control panel. Who runs your control panel? That is basically the question of the day. Who runs your control panel? If your heart is basically you are just being controlled by your own will, then it's very easy for you to be influenced. No jokes, for real. But who runs your control panel? When you submit it has now become an endorsement of, okay, this thing belongs to God. Bam, it has been stamped. You are now a citizen of heaven. Nobody can cross past this. Because if anybody tries to influence somebody whose control panel is owned by God, then it becomes an automatic act of war. You get it? You don't even need to pray. You don't need to fast. A lot of people are praying that, okay, this person should not do this thing. I should not pray for them. No, you don't need to be scared of that. So basically, it's by your own understanding. When you understand that, okay, you see, this my heart is submitted to God. You get it? So you can't be, nobody can, any act of coming to influence it. That influence is by controlling. You can't take control of it because that is already, breaking an entry. You have committed a serious offense. And that offense is not for me to take action. No, the panel of heaven is going to take action automatically. So you should have that confidence always. As guys, as anything, no matter what. See, you have to understand this thing. See, God is love, and stuff. But when you constantly remind yourself that no matter what you do, no matter your mistakes, you will always be open to corrections, and you will always be open to the shaping of God, like accepting the fact that you are not that perfect. Okay, nobody is. And understand that even in this my imperfection, God, I still belong to you. My body, my soul, my spirit, my heart, and everything is signed under your record label. That kind of stuff. So you move with the understanding that anything you are bringing towards me, you're not just bringing it towards me, you're bringing it towards God. So it is an act of war for you to trespass into that territory. So if you are a person that really understands who you're submitted to, who your control panel is submitted to, you should not be afraid of all these things. Okay, you don't need to. Actually, you don't need to. They're just dumb things. Really, they affect a lot of people, but most people are just affected because they don't really understand. Knowledge is a very big thing, and that is the biggest device of the devil is ignorance. And people perish a lot because they do not know. The devil is being hyped every day. That is why we shouldn't hype such things. Anything that pops out as stuff from the devil should not be hyped. Okay, should not be hyped. It's the problem we have in Africa a lot because of the fact that we have demons who are You have demons. Have you seen one? No. Okay. These things are scared of you. It's just you that don't know. When you begin to understand who exactly you are, you begin to understand that no, it's not possible. It's just lack of knowledge, basically, that makes people go through all these things. So you understand that all these things are very, very simple. They're simply done. It's just spiritually influencing somebody to do something. And when you say break curses, you're a curse breaker. First of all, who told you you're cursed in the first place? This is the point. The fact that, think of it this way. A boy doesn't come to you, is not attracted to you, then all of a sudden if you start feeling down, no. Anybody that is using any attraction or is automatically in a wrong relationship, and there's nothing you want to say that relationship is going to have. Even the right ones have fault, the right relationships have fault. So you say the wrong relationships, what will they end up with? You don't even think of, they don't think about 4 years, 5 years to come, 6 years to come, and 10 years, 20 years, but all you want is now. And most of these things come from a place of greed, a place of wanting something that is not yours, a place of envy, a place of this. So it's not really right, and everything. So sometimes you just really gotta understand this. That you need a curse breaker is an influence already. It's an idea not from you. Somebody made you believe that you are under a curse because they influence things around you and make you feel like situations are hard. It's normal for everybody to go through tough times, okay? But the fact, what makes you under a curse is by believing that you're under a curse. Okay, it's not like these things are not real, but you have to understand this. They are being, what we do is that we strengthen all those things and feel like it's very simple to break courses. Is very, very simple, really, really simple. And you don't need to go under anything to go and find something to add. No, this thing. No, but when they put the difficult times with you and they give you the idea that I could be under this thing, my grandma, my this, my ancestor, blah 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 shit. You begin to believe that you are under a curse, and you begin to find a solution to that curse. Who gave you the idea that you are? Who did it? Think of it. So you believe that everybody goes through tough time. Even the biggest guys tell the tales you are living right now. Everybody started from somewhere, drinking Gary from somewhere, and they became big. You are drinking Gary now, but your own Gary is from course because of the fact that you believe that why am I? No, it's not like having a bad time is good, but you have to understand that all these things, they are just influenced by the devil to make you think that this is what you're going through and this is how it is. Then you start to find a particular solution to it and everything. So you have to really, really understand that.